Hello friends, this is Cold Run back with more Dragon Age Inquisition. And I'm starting here because you mentioned that last time that the dialogue was a bit low, so I'm bringing it up to 100. It was at 80 before. I think this is the thing you're talking about, but definitely let me know if it was something else, like sound effects or something else. Okay. Confirm changes, yes. Also, there was a really interesting thing that I saw when I was logging in. There was a tooltip, one of those little loading screen tooltips that told me if you use Dispel or some other thing I don't remember, Dispel or something similar, when a demon is spawning from a rift, before it fully materializes, you kill the demon instantly. So that sounds something like I'll probably never remember, but would be nice if I do. Anyway, let's see where we're at. Loot. Let's take some elf fruit. It's not a lot of stuff to take. There were some codices, so it's codex time. Creatures. Archer is a creature. Ooh, I like the snake coming from above, like the mirroring the... Oh, and even the... It's... The art on this is super cool. It's almost like the arrow is starting from the archer's, hand, and looping around to the top left of the screen and being the snake. Okay. Yeah. To fight an enemy, archers, to fight an enemy with a bow or crossbow is simple, although not always easy. A guard with a crossbow must crank his... Hello, cat. Okay. A guard with a crossbow must crank his weapon after each shot. If there is only one such enemy, seek cover and give him cause to waste his shot, and close upon him before he may fire again. Sounds reasonable. If there are many, close to their flank so you face one guard directly, using him as a second shield. So if there are a lot of archers, close to their flank, so I think it's saying if there's a lot of archers, so one is protected and one is in front of you, move right to their back. Do not move to the middle of their ranks and rely upon them hesitating to risk hitting one another. So archers are dicks, got it. A soldier with a short bow is a little more dangerous. Attack him as you would an enemy with a crossbow, but accept that he will likely fire again. Approach with your shield up, even if you must sacrifice speed. Few soldiers are true masters of the bow. Those who do not fumble their draw in fear will fire a shot quickly, so it is more likely to glance off your armor or shield than punch through, so shorter shots are weaker. Few soldiers have the skill or strength to make use of a long blow. Respect those who do. Against such an enemy, cover is the only defense. Move quickly across his field of vision, forcing him to compensate for your movement. Do not charge directly unless your allies can distract him. A fully drawn longbow can drive an arrow through a chevalier's plate at 100 yards. What is this? This is like some battle tactics kind of stuff. A fight between an archer and a chevalier is a test of cunning versus patience. We are too often patient, heavily armored as we are. Okay, so this is from, like, a chevalier trainer. Heavily armored as we are, and faced with lightly armored foes who would harass us. While archers frustrate me as they do most chevaliers, it is good that we fight them, so we remember how to be cunning, how to break an opponent's patience. An excerpt from A Meditation upon the Use of Blades by Swordmaster Massage de Jean Mien, required reading at the Académie des Chevaliers. Anyone French or who knows French, I seriously apologize for whatever pronunciation that was. Foot soldier, I think this is new too. Oh, look at that sweet Templar. I think that's a Templar. The red eyes, the glowing chest thing. The arrow showing the size of his... Foot soldier. I have faced Antivan duelists, Fereldan Ash warriors, and fog warrior skirmishers. What's a fog warrior? When we strip away the titles and tricks, they are simply men who want to see their enemies dead but need a hand free to manage it. I like that. Duelists favor a thinner target over the offensive strength of a main gauche. Gauche? I'll go with gauche, but please let me know if I'm wrong. Ash warriors need a hand to guide their Mabari. Popper, as I remember Mabari. And a lighter weapon to take advantage of the openings their dogs leave, while fog warriors rely on stealth and speed too much for it to use a heavy shield. Yeah, I remember Ash Warriors, vaguely at least, because I remember the Mabari. I don't remember Fog Warriors. When engaging with such an opponent, respect his speed. His hands and feet will move a great deal. Ignore them. Watch his hips and shoulders instead. I hear that's actually good fighting advice, like that the hands and feet will lie. I know in fencing that's actually probably a good strategy, that the hands move all the time. You have to watch it, but you still have to kind of watch their legs and their body more. Watch his hips and shoulders instead, right at the base. First, deny what advantage he has in his allies or environment, unless you have trained equally in such matters. Once you control his weapon, overwhelm him. He has no shield, and you need not fear a second blade. If forced to fight in such a manner, you must decide whether you will fight as a duelist, one-handed, or as a chevalier. If the former, drop your back leg away to tighten your center target, as you have no shield to cover your body or second weapon to bring into range. Focus on a quick attack and give ground freely when you cannot find an advantage. If the latter, so what's the latter? Latter is a chevalier. Rely on your vambrace and gauntlet as a shield, and try to wrench your opponent's weapon away. My left arm bears the scars of such efforts, but my opponents bear worse. Better still, do not lose your shield at all. But battles are not a place of perfection. An excerpt from A Meditation Upon the Use of Blades by Swordmaster Massage de Jean-Mien. Okay. So this guy, I wonder if we'll see him. I wonder if we'll see that dude. He sounds like a good, kind of cool guy. Pride Demon. Oh, there we go. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eyes. That doesn't mean anything. I was hoping it would be like 7 to represent the 7 sins, but no, there's 9. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 eyes. 9 is the number of the beast plus 3. Okay. Pride Demon. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the Pride Demons, because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. As clever and manipulative as the Desire Demon, with a penchant for cruel irony that is almost human. While the demons of desire largely engage in the bribery of mortals, pride will use mortals' own best nature against them. Clever men outwit themselves, strong men crush themselves, humble men forget themselves, jealous men fear themselves. They turn corruption and ruin into an art. Yeah, it's interesting that I do remember that that the Pride Demons were the strongest of all, and it's interesting that they broke them out so quickly in this game. Last time, I think or at least in Origins, didn't they start with the, like, Wrath Demons were the weakest? Something like that. Shade we know, and Wraith we know. Okay. Magic. Let's see what's up here. Oh, this is Red Lyrium. There's that person. Actually, is that the same? Yeah, that's the same thing. It's like a person reaching into the fade, I guess. Trying to cover their eyes in hopes they don't see demons or something. To answer your question, my lord, yes, I have indeed heard of this Red Lyrium of which you speak. A single piece of it surfaced in the eastern city of Kirkwall, and its influence alone was nearly enough to cause the city's destruction. So this is really bad shit. This is... I didn't remember. I knew that lyrium was dangerous, but I also thought it was kind of okay. I know that dwarves are okay working with lyrium, but red lyrium I did not remember as a thing. Okay, well, let's learn about it. So it nearly destroyed Kirkwall. As near we can determine, it is regular lyrium that has been somehow corrupted. Those who have touched red lyrium, or even come near it, report that it sings to them like whispers in the mind that slowly drive them mad. So, what corrupted the red lyrium that we saw? I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's the, not the breach itself, but whatever that, I mean, maybe the breach, but I'm thinking it's caused by whatever that thing that's holding Divine Justinia. We do not know, however, what might stem from extended contact with red lyrium. Madness, surely, but would there be a physical corruption as well? I'm going to say yes. What would happen if a mage or a Templar used red lyrium as they use regular lyrium? Far more disturbing is the fact that lyrium could be corrupted at all. Treat any red lyrium you encounter as if it were poison. Do not go near it, do not attempt to destroy it, and most importantly, do not boop it. Do not attempt to use it. From a partially burned letter by an unknown writer affixed with the Grey Warden seal. Why was it burned? Was it burned because someone, like, didn't want to hear it? Maybe they were already addicted or corrupted by it and pissed off, or the red lyrium itself burned it, or maybe it's just flavor. Who knows? Places. Places, please. Haven. So this is where I am now. I would like to speak to you of Haven, the village in the Frostbacks close to the Temple of Sacred Ashes. We are all aware of its past. It was home to the disciples of Andraste, as they called themselves. This is the thing I was remembering. Descended from the people who built the temple itself, they had strayed over years of isolation from their once noble roots to become dragon worshippers. After the hero of Fereldan discovered the Temple of Sacred Ashes, which the disciples guarded jealously, what remained of the cult moved on, and Haven was abandoned to the ice and snow. I passed through Haven on my pilgrimage to see the Temple of Sacred Ashes. There was a storm, and I took shelter in the hall of Haven's chantry. Though they were dusty from neglect, the walls of that lonely place were strong and shielded me from the biting winds. Peace came upon me, and my eyes were opened to Haven's incredible beauty. It could not be overcome by the pain and horror of the past. It could not be masked by decay and disuse. It would not be forgotten. Haven is precious to Orlais, to the chantry, and to the Sunburst Throne. What's the Sunburst Throne? I'm guessing that's like the whatever the ruler of Thedas and all that place is. I don't know. For its historical and religious significance, it is my will that Haven be restored, whether it be dedicated to the service of Andraste, not Dragon Andraste, and preserved for the ages. Let it be a sanctuary for the pilgrims who seek out the Temple of Sacred Ashes. May they rest here beneath the cold, bright skies. May the glory of the Maker be revealed to them as they gaze upon the great peaks that are the work of his hand. Now and forevermore let this be a haven for the faithful. From a speech, yes, Pigeon, by Divine Justinia in 935. Year of the Dragon, dude, right? Yeah. The more I read from her, the more I really like her. I like Divine Justinia. She seems like good people. I just don't know if it's good people in absolute terms, or if it's good people like relative to what you'd expect from the Divine. Okay. So what else here? So we're in Haven right now. There's a loot or something. I think it's a loot. It's got, wow, that's weird. Do most loots have a curved end like that? Nice bed. A picture of stuff on the wall. We got this person who is looking neutral. She's looking neutral. She's looking a little bit stern. Read. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. So this is someone who is taking care of me. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing. Pulse over fast. Pulse over fast. I don't know what that means. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar here just in case. Like to protect against me, I guess. Codex. I could swear it said there's codex letters and notes, maybe. Oh, this is just what I saw. Oh, I like that. Little notes. Patient observations. Okay. Anything else here? I can jump. Yeah, let's open the door. That's more people than I was expecting. Let's not deal with you just yet. Anything behind the house? No. Can I get on top? No, I cannot. Excuse me for going quiet. I just sneezed a couple times and wanted to mute the microphone. Okay. Open. Ooh, Grumpus Magoo here. What do you look like? You have a little hat? Yeah, I don't know. Not much. Not much to read into it. And there's a red-headed lady with some red cheeks. Not much going on here. Do you have anything to say? No, you're just gonna stand here. That's fine. You're allowed. I am not the Herald of Andraste. Maybe I am. I think it was Divine Justinia who was watching me.
Why did Lady Cassandra have her in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened after the explosion at the Conclave.
It isn't complicated. Andraste herself blessed her.
I appreciate the support, but I don't know, dude. Okay. Find Cassandra in the Chantry. Okay, anything behind the house? Ooh, loot. Disciple Fire Staff and an Amulet of Constitution. Yeah, I will put on an Amulet of Constitution. Okay. What does this give me? +2 Constitution. That makes sense for an Amulet of Constitution. 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 What was the... okay. I think I'm the only person in my party right now. Yeah. Ooh, right, Elford. I'm assuming this is Elford, yeah. I'm, like, sneaking around. Oh, that's gonna be my title, isn't it? Like, it was Champion of Kirkwall, the Champion of Fereldan. I'm gonna be the Herald of Andraste. Anything in here? Not much, no. This is not the Chantry, this is just a house. And with you. And also with you. I'm sure that's the... Okay, let me get out of here. Let me run. Let me run. I'm sure that's why they're... No, I actually can't get around. Well, I'm out. See ya. Nope, not see ya. Segret. Where are you, Segret? Did I hear a cat?
I believe Seeker Cassandra would like to speak with you. I believe Seeker Cassandra would like to speak.
That's all you got. Okay. We got some troops here lined up. Okay, this is nice little troops here. This looks like a catapult maybe, or no, this is just a building in progress. So the breach is kind of cured, I guess. I mean, it's not totally closed, but looks like it's not active and roiling at least. Anything here? No, I can't really use my sword or do anything like that. A head? Oh, read. A human head just sitting on the ground. Construction orders. As you know from the terrible accidents of last week, many passages through the mountain are unstable and liable to collapse at any moment. I do not wish to lose more brothers and sisters in search for lost cultist treasure. This sounds like a side quest coming up, or maybe a main quest. We must seal all entrances to the mountain. The Templars have done a careful sweep of the caves. Everything of worth was collected. What remains of the disciples of Andraste will be forgotten, buried in the earth. Once it is done, let us have no more talk of them. This is a new haven, restored to life by the true chantry and most holy Justinia V, Mother Florentine. So there's some lost cultist treasure in the sacred temple that people are trying to shut off because apparently people keep dying on, seekers keep dying on the way. Not seekers, but just people seeking the treasure. Oh, I thought I could jump up. Oop, I took damage. Okay. Can I actually go seek it? Quest map. Cool. What's this? Mini-Ave. I don't know who Mini-Ave is. The threat remains. The breach is by Cassandra in the chantry. How about I find treasure in the mountains instead of Justinia in the chantry, or instead of Cassandra in the chantry? Ooh, look at all this. Look at all this treasure. I don't even know why I'm collecting it. I have no use for it right now that I can find. I'm just ironing it up. Look, there's more iron. Okay, if there's nothing here, if there's just iron, I'm going to turn back, because this feels like the kind of thing you can just farm. And maybe eventually I'll get like a horse or something that... Well, actually, now this seems pretty limited. This seems like a limited area right now, so I don't feel bad about this. Let's see. Okay, can I jump over here? Let me out, let me out. No. This seems cool, whatever it is. Loot. What am I getting? Amethyst, I will take that. I don't like what the Herald of Andraste is playing in playing in our new playground. May it please her. Okay, well that seems like it for now. Use my sonar a couple times. Can't fight the wagon yet. We passed Herald of Andraste coming through. So let's see what's up here. This seems like the place we're supposed to go.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Right, so we didn't close it entirely.
Close it entirely.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had us otherwise.
So some people are more skeptical of the whole Herald of Andraste thing. They're like,
A
oh,
lot of rifts left all over. Little cracks in the sky.
She can seal those, though. The Herald of Andraste.
Someone had better. You won't seal those rifts with the chant of light.
Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
thank you, Chess Bishop. Ram leather. Common leather. Utility. So I'm guessing that when you craft stuff, you combine different things and get different bonuses, whatever. Is that... Oh my god, are those house cats? Are those sculptures of house cats? I want one. Okay, I can't quite get in there. Seems nice and orderly. Waiting in their little formations. Thank you. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. That seems Welsh. Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. More importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. This guy sounds like a dick. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and understated use of a contraption known as the Maiden. This is the Iron Maiden, probably. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket. I mean, dick. Calling him a dick is like an understatement, of course. I mean, that's like, man, that mass-murdering fascist was such a jerk. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. I remember reading somewhere that the Iron Maiden was almost like a myth, that it was actually never used. It was never a real torture device. But I don't know. I'm actually gonna... You know what? This is Cold Run's Educational Adventure Hour. I'm Googling... Alright, Google Iron Maiden. Not the English heavy metal band. Nope, not the English heavy metal band. Disambiguation. Iron Maiden torture device. The use of Iron Maiden. This is from the greatest research site of all, Wikipedia. So it's definitely true. The use of Iron Maidens is a myth from the 18th century that was heightened by the belief that people of the Middle Ages were uncivilized. The evidence of their popularity is difficult to prove. Okay, so it's not really a medieval thing. Anyway, where was I? Bedwar's maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwar's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwar swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and I don't see a happy ending for Bedwar. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwar all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwar grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." Is this going to be like the torture device version of Tom Sawyer getting someone else to paint the fence? Or like the torture device version of the... I don't know. Not real. That doesn't fit. But it's so small, said Ember. Are only children and women its victims? Bedwar grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The maiden has devoured many men, and I 100% see where this is going, and I love it." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said. And with that he stepped into the device, but Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwar, not Bedwin, had Bedwar squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the maiden with the screaming Bedwar inside through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed from through the streets. So the grammar there's a little bit weird, but they didn't cheer and dance to the singing that... Oh no, they did. They cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwar was dead and finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. Now, that's amazing. What is the icon for the Singing Maiden? Is it an Iron Maiden? Yeah, it is. It's... Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, that's such a cool piece of flavor. I don't know if that, what's his name? I don't know if the ghost of Bedwar is ever going to come up, or if Iron Maidens are ever going to be a thing, but this just gives such a cool piece of flavor to this random little tavern in Haven. I love it. I love it. I love it.
May God be with you.
And also with you. Can't get in. Let me in, friends. The tavern is empty. That is the chantry, which means it's where progress lives. I don't want to go there. That's scary. Ooh, chest. Loot. Balanced hunting longbow. That sounds good for someone who's not me. Got a little tent. What else? We got that chest already. More loot here. A braid of rank. I don't know what that means. What's a braid of rank? Is it valuable? I have no idea what a braid of rank means. Oh, maybe it's one of those tassels that sometimes hangs down on a military uniform. Is that treasure I can loot? Nope, that's just a box. Ooh, who are you? Thren.
Not taking orders right now. Got a problem with it? Bring it up with Cassandra.
Right. Everyone's like, get your ass to Cassandra. Oh, Treasure Central. Silver earrings, a Dalish toy soldier. Interesting. Where's that? It's probably valuable. A question for anyone listening. Is it safe to sell anything in valuables? Or will these ever have use? Like, is it safe to just sell literally all the things that are valuable? Nope, never mind. It looks like some things are, I guess, outside of things where it specifically says, like, bring it to a creature research specialist. Is everything else safe to sell? Or is there a chance that I'll eventually need, like, the figurine of Mafarath or Dalish toy soldier for something? Just kind of in a yes-no way. Like, I certainly don't want to know what they're for, but I just want to know, should I sell everything there? Or is it meant to hold on to? Rugged longbow schematic, so that might be my first schematic. That's good. Okay. We got... What else is up here?
Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
Thank you. A nug skin. Were nugs? I seem to remember it being a dwarf thing, like go screw a nug.
Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
Okay, low armor, gives cunning, critical damage, range defense.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Thank you. I'm gonna need all the nug skins I can get. Ooh, read. Patient observations, day 3, less thrashing, some response to stimulus. Vital seems solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. What? All this work, it's just, everyone out there is so sweet. They were trying to kill me a couple days ago. All this work to save her life, will they just execute her? Will inform Lady Cassandra I expect her to wake before the morn.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Thank you, my former murderer attempter. I don't trust anyone now. Okay, got some elf root. Double elf rootage. So, there's clearly some, any treasure I'm missing there? No, I think it would glow up. It would glow up once I use the sonar. Let's see, so there's clearly a day 2. I think I only have the day 1, observations.
Good luck sealing those rifts.
Oh, God, I just see him now as a former murderer. As someone who is willing to do murder. Maybe not the religious folk, but... So, I think this is where I just was, right? Yeah, that's where I just was. Sorry again for my voice being a little... Look at the puppy! Oh, look at that puppy. That's probably Mabari, right? Oh, look at it. Mabari is barking for snuggles.
Blessings upon you.
And upon you. Sorry, I forget which of these places I was in. I think I was in all of them, but the fact that I saw day 3 makes me think I might have missed one. So I started here. Okay, nothing there. I don't think there was anything here. Quest map. So it shows kind of everywhere I've been, but it's not really super helpful to me. I mean, it's helpful to me, but it's a little bit chaotic. And blessings upon you, people who are ready to kill me in my sleep. Ah, sneeze again. Oh, this friggin' cold. I swear I got through the whole winter with barely getting sick. Now a cold hits me as soon as the spring is underway. What's back there? It seems like somewhere you're not going to let me into, but maybe I can jump over you. Yes, I can. Open. Let's see what's in here. Was that? No, that's not treasure. That's a patch of sunlight. The Randy Dowager Quarterly. A well-worn quarterly missive of suspect virtue. Oh my god. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another. The collected dreams of desire being the confessions of an apprentice in training more furrowing than harrowing. Forbidden dalliances at their most spirited. Friends, if you're listening to this and you are under 18, I advise you to leave the room. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting. One supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scores fluttered in shock out of 5. That's the best rating system ever. I hope there's more of the Randy Dowager Quarterly. So, what is this? This is just the advertisement for the book, or this is like the cover? Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. Oh, I hope that becomes a recurring thing in this game. She could be the Randy Dowager, maybe. I don't know. Oh, boy. Haven is a treasure already. Whoa. This is a fancy quarters. You got like these golden-beaked eagles, falcons, or some other kind of bird. A guard belt. Ooh, guard belt sounds like it's up my alley. Accessory, maybe? Yeah, let's use a guard belt. Seems good.
I believe Lady Cassandra wanted to speak with you.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, look at that guy. Little grumpy pants there. Anything behind here? Yep, Elfruit. This game is encouraging all of my worst explorative behaviors. I'm gonna blow my nose, I'll be back in just a second. Pardon me, I'm back now. Yeah, it's just encouraging the worst behaviors I have possible, because I'm just going to be like running around. And I deeply apologize. Amethyst and Dragonlink scales. Okay, just again more fire resistance, the Sunder unhit. All sounds good. And another house. Look at this whole friggin' town. Is this like as big as the world? Got Redhead Magoo there. We saw her portrait earlier. I mean, I'm not knocking it. Like, you know, of course the game's going to repeat some of the just incidental art. That would be incredibly weird if they didn't. What the hell is that? Is that a nug head? Did someone mount a nug head on their wall? It's a weird thing to be proud of. Are nugs known for their ferocity in battle, and so maybe hunting it is really something they're proud of? I don't know. Anything else here? So we're approaching the Chantry. I'm actually not gonna, I can't believe I'm not gonna make it into the friggin' Chantry this this session, but I don't think it was a wasted session. I mean, I wandered around, I learned about a Randy Dowager. I got to learn that the people in town who I thought were praising me as the Herald of Andraste were considering and attempting to murder me. Chancellor Roderick sucks. The Chantry wants nothing to do with us. With who? I thought these were people with the Chantry.
Andraste didn't have Grand Clerics telling her what to do, and she managed nonetheless.
That is a good point.
Just to be like Andraste.
Someone must. Go in peace, Herald of Andraste.
Thank you. What's around here? Okay, so not all of those things will be useful. Some of those things will just be like decoration. That's okay. Can I jump up? No. Bum, 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 bum. And I think I've already been there. I'm glad that the doors stay open. Like, it gives me at least a little bit of a sense of where I've been. Alright. Well, we made great progress of, like, walking, like, 10 feet. I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will walk inside the Chantry. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.